And we're back. Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. It's me, the Rob.
Me, go.
Yeah, that George. And we also have an Iffy. How very enthusiastic of you.
Whack! Now then, before you proceed any further, I'm going to announce the results of the test we had performed earlier.
Tests?
Yes, tests, on the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree.
Oh yeah, that. I totally forgot about it.
That's the weapon that my fate used when she fought the victim.
So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood or...
Due to time constraints, a full test wasn't possible. However, there's one thing we can say with certainty. The blood was on this dagger was not the victim's blood. Whack. That is all. Now then, let's restart this trial.
So it wasn't Missy's blood on the dagger. And whose was it?
I'm sure both the defense and the prosecution know this. But this trial is rapidly coming to a close. Both sides will need to show some firm evidence of their claims.
I mean, okay. I understand, Your Honor.
From what I've heard, that's it. I've heard things. The witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking. Let's finish this quick.
Agreed.
Whack. Very well, please bring in the last witness.
Hi.
Please tell us your name and profession.
Maya Fey. My profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Maya.
According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium of the Korean channeling technique.
I'm frightened. The Fey clan. I don't want any more to do with it.
Oh, Maya. The pain of the Fey bloodline causes must be unbearable.
Very well. Now then, Miss Fey. When the event occurred, you were in the garden at the Inner Temple. And you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise Denham's murder. Is this correct?
New phone, who dis? I mean, I didn't see anything.
Oh no.
Train up this moment, young lady.
Huh?
Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later.
But I...
Your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. But there's something you can do. You can finish this. Finish him! Tell him. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses coming out, and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them, like a ripe lie. God, blind what good this shitty coffee I have. Now it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did see happen?
Whack. Witness, if you please.
Yes, Your Honor. I was passing through the garden on the way to the spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" Then something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness.
So you were struck on the head.
Walk.
I suppose it must have been this staff.
Bonk. Maya, the person who hit you. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it?
I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was.
Maya, think hard.
Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't.
Ha! Ha! Sorry. I thought it was funny. Can say it was a especially good night for the young ladies to be walking around alone. Alone.
Seems that it would be hard to determine the criminal from this testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination.
Maya, hang in there. She doesn't look well at all.
Oh, very cross.
Why did she scream, "Help me"? You think you screamed, but you're not sure?
Listen, I was a complete wreck. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man, a woman, an adult, a child? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits.
Believe me, my dear, I'm certain I would have soiled my robes.
That's why he wears the black robes.
I would have brown as well.
I thought this person might attack me, so well, anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought that was my last hope.
Well, it sounds like poor little Maya really was out of her mind. But I wonder what she meant by last hope. What do I do? Do I press her for more details? Oh, hell the fuck yeah! Let's ask for the last hope. Last hope for what? Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff? Oh. Don't wake someone up.
What do you mean by our last hope?
No. That's what you said. You said, my last hope.
What? I said what?
Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me."
Yeah?
But you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope.
Oh, well, that's like, what do you call it when that happens?
Maya's not doing so well up there.
Oh, yeah, oh, that's right. I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at.
What did you just say?
Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind the attacker that I was yelling at. That's who I was screaming to for help. Ah!
But what is it now?
I messed up. I didn't mean to let that slip out.
Huh?
Whack! Witness! Are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? Behind the attacker there was another person?
I meant to keep that part a secret. What have I done?
Okay. If he's dead. Oh, no, yes.
Ha! Ha! No, it keeps fucking lagging.
I guess I can restart the stream.
Takes a ton of pressure to make it die. Diamond's arm!
Let me restart the stream. There we go.
Dot. It takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond, right? That's what I always say.
A ton of pressure.
We're in courts of law here. We're in a court of law. Right. You can't make things up or try to hide things in this chamber. Do There is no lying in this dojo.
Witness, the information you just presented is vital to the case. I want you to add it to your testimony.
See a man behind the attacker by the light of the stone lantern. But that's impossible, because it was not lit on the night of the crime. Something smells
lit.
like bullshit. There was a man standing behind your attacker.
Yeah?
That man. He's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. Specifically that man from Guilty Gear.
That man.
He's the one who killed Elise and him. Otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother.
The killer?
Maya. You know who killed your mother, don't you?
Whack. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
To be frank, Your Honor, I think she's in shock and quite confused. That's why she hasn't noticed the huge problem with her testimony.
Huh? What do you mean? And what problem?
Maya, on the night of the crime, that stone lantern was out of commission.
Huh? What?
It's true. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night.
No!
Whack. Order in the court. Mr. Godot, explain this.
And the prudeness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee. Stir. Coffee. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. A cup of I can't read that.
Café au lait. I think café au lait.
Coffee au lait.
It basically just means coffee with milk.
She's coffee right now.
There we go. Judge giving us a...
Cafe au lait?
Coffee au lait.
Yeah, because you don't pronounce the hard T's in French. Is that even legal?
Is that even legal? He makes it sound like a drug.
You're not doing drugs, are you?
But the trait's words are the milk and you on spoon, runner.
I have literally no idea what you just said. But, I'm no spoony bard, I'll have you know.
What's a spoony bard? What? No, like seriously.
Oh man,
What
stuff.
is a spoony bard? Let's take a look.
A bard who's spoony, obviously.
But of course! My Google's dying. My net's dying, actually.
Hmm?
I can't.
You must never know the answer to this.
Apparently, it doesn't want me to Google what the hell a spoony bard is. Okay, someone else Google it.
When I go, then I got it's something from Final Fantasy. That's about it.
Oh. Alright.
Google, go. Ah.
Well, I'll just carry on.
You spoony bard is a quote from Final Fantasy IV.
Okay. Is the thing playing for you guys?
It's literally just a cover-up word.
Oh, okay.
It's like it doesn't have a particular meaning. It's just like it was used in a Final Fantasy game with the censorship for something in Japanese that it was said bad because it's just a callback.
Oh, okay. Anyway, it's your line, Effie.
You must notice the cheater. So I'm trying to apparently the But still I'm playing something stone. Man. The witness' mental state is highly unstable right now. It's not too hard to understand why she would take a little mistake. Why she would make a little mistake.
I need to adjust.
It lagged hard. You went robotic.
Can you?
What did you just say? What did you say?
Am I? am I robotic now?
No, you're lagging still.
Okay, I think I understand what's going on.
Something ain't right, Captain.
I'm gonna have to edit this, but
Yeah, something ain't right.
Jesus Christ.
So
That's a
they
bad word.
censored it into that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's try this now. There you go. Much better. Okay, can you see me all right now?
I think so. Say a long word.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Don't think it's technically a word, but good enough.
Quite atrocious.
Jesus. Alright, let's carry on. Sorry. Alright,
Yeah. Okay, I don't know what's causing this. Let's get it from now.
what's wrong?
My Discord is bugged or something because it says I'm playing Among Us, but I'm not. It's like I literally had closed Steam.
You might be running in your background.
Chess Manager. Yeah, but how the fuck? I checked Chess Manager. There's nothing.
Then might need to reset Discord, but it's fine. Hey, carry on. Repeat your line, if you just for the sake of...
What did you say?
If there truly was no light in the garden, then there's a fatal contradiction in the witness's last bit of testimony.
Nick,
May I? Recall the witness's statement about her attacker. She said that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman, an adult or a child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker. She quite clearly described him as a man. Ah! In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually saw our mystery person, despite it being so dark that she couldn't see the face of the attacker in front of her.
no!
Whack, whack, whack. Hold on. What in the world does this move mean, Mr. Wright? Are you saying this face or a real killer under pitch black conditions?
Right. Do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could she have seen in the dark, huh? There was no light source at the scene of the crime.
Objection! There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godot.
Fuck.
Maya, you did see who the killer was in the dark, and now you're trying to cover for him.
Cover? For the man who killed her mother?
There's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is.
Please, Nick. I don't know anything. Please, I'm begging you.
Ha! Like a good game, Trite. Let's see if you can walk the walk. It was pitch black, so what could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff.
No, Nick, don't! Please, stop!
Collaborate and listen.
Maya's dead set on protecting this guy. The man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court, and I'm here to find the truth.
Whack. Alright, Mr. Wright, we heard that. Time to show us what you got.
Can you walk the walk?
You may talk the talk, but can you walk?
Are you ready? Do you know who it is, George?
No.
Because it was pitch black, Miss Fay was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible, yes?
What? But how do you propose to show us something like that?
It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night.
Conditions?
Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off now!
Like that?
Yeah.
What? But it can't be.
Ah! That was nice. That was a nice bit of deduction. Right.
Well, everyone, this is the man Maya saw on the night of the murder.
Whack, whack, whack. Order, order, order. Prosecutor Godot, what is the meaning of this? Surely you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why aren't you denying it?
Ah. Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person.
What do you mean by that?
You got a question? Ask the witness. That's one of our rules.
Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night? Was it 3 glowing red lights? Or was it a laser face?
Well, witness, answer the question.
Good luck.
You're wrong. I never saw that.
Maya,
I thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man, for a totally different reason.
what?
Whack. Witness.
Clear it was large butts, right? Stop your chattering, Your Honor.
Chattering?
Is it worth asking the witness? If it's worth asking, ask the witness. That's one of my rules.
You just said that, but okay. Whack. Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man, and don't say you just ate loads of carrots.
Yes, Your Honor. I didn't realize until after I woke up, but there was lots of carrots in the curry on line of murder.
You can see him perfectly, I see.
When I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. The torches were lit, and the body was gone. And all of the snow around the stone lantern had been carefully cleaned up, too. Since the person did all that work alone, I just assumed it was a man.
So it was after the crime took place that the witness came to think the killer was a man.
Maybe?
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
No need to apologize. It's as Mr. Godot said. You're utterly exhausted. It's only natural that you would be a little confused.
Nice, judges, nice.
Oh, sir, if you consider the situation you described, it doesn't seem too much of a stretch to assume the criminal was a man.
A moon.
A moon. The man with a moon. Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
Alright. The torches were lit and the body was gone.
That shit was lit, bruh.
Whoa.
Why did the guy light the torches? The torches were lit?
Yes, that's how I noticed that
Yeah,
the whole
bro.
scene had changed.
I'm gonna say it was the killer who lit the torches. I mean, who else could it be?
The killer probably lit them since it would be impossible to do any cover-up work in the dark. However, if that's true, there's one thing that still bothers me. Did the killer go to the effort of moving the body?
That's true. It's hard to see how that would be of any advantage to the killer. The only one who would gain anything from that would be the only person that was at the inner temple, Maya.
Very well, let me hear some more of the condition of the crime scene.
All the snow around the stone line had been carefully cleaned up too. Okay. So you're saying the killer cleaned up the snow? It did look really odd. The snow was removed in an unnatural-looking rectangular shape around the lantern.
There are a lot of shovels around the inner temple. They're all really heavy. Way too heavy for me to use.
An odd fellow indeed, this killer. Why on earth would anyone want to take snow away?
Well, there's one thing I can think of. Didn't you say that a lot of the victim's blood spread onto the snow?
Yeah, The area I collapsed in ended up being splattered.
In other words, the killer's purpose was to hide the bloody snow. I think that's the most reasonable explanation.
Perhaps. However, there's something that is bothering me. If the killer just wanted to hide the snow with blood on it, there was no need to remove that amount.
That's true. You could have scooped up just the snow that was stained with blood.
It looks like there are some mysteries behind this issue.
But I think this will help explain this.
Alright, no, we don't care about this anymore. Naturally, the killer must have done it, right?
Yes, I think so.
But why would the killer tamper with the crime scene like that? There must have been something that the killer desperately wanted to hide.
The truth is, when I saw the crime scene, I felt something.
You did?
Yes, I felt like the killer was hiding the evidence from me, for my sake.
What? Hiding it from you? Hiding it for you?
Everyone knew that I was the only one at the Inner Temple that night. Sister Bikini had come back and looked at the garden.
She may have thought that you'd have done it.
No, she definitely would have thought so. You're saying that's why the killer cleaned up the crime scene to make it look like nothing had happened?
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Whack. Well, that's certainly an important piece of information. I want you to add that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright, do we know what the contradiction is here, boys?
Contradiction. This might say that the killer cleaned up the evidence.
The killer went out of the way to clean up a piece of evidence. Right?
Yet the name Mile is still there.
And didn't Gumshoe want that off?
Yeah. Alright, present. Objection! The body of Elise Denim was carried all the way to Hazakura Temple's courtyard. And at the garden, the real scene of the crime, the snow that we suspect was covered in blood was scooped up and removed. It's reasonable to believe all this was done in an attempt to hide the true crime scene. However, there's still one matter that still seems somewhat odd.
Oh? And what would that be, Trent?
You must have figured it out by now, Mr. Cadeau. It's the message written in blood on the lantern. It was written very clearly on the white stone lantern. Maya. Ah! If the killer was so motivated to protect Maya from suspicion, then why didn't he wipe the writing off the lantern?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, she's right.
Whack, whack. Order. But, Mr. Wright, isn't it a fact that the killer was trying to cover up the crime scene?
Indeed, but it doesn't make much sense to move the body and remove the bloody snow, and then not wipe up the most incriminating thing of all, the bloody writing.
But if that's the case... Do you have an explanation for the killer's mysterious behavior? Why would this killer move the body and remove all that snow?